Hey there, my fellow intellectuals. Kyle here with the third entry into this video diary or video journal, whatever you want to call it. Today was kind of a big day because it's the third day of the quarter and I have just set my PhD defense date. That's right. I've set the date when I need to defend my dissertation. And that date is exactly 2 months from now. It's April 5th, right now, today, as I film this, and my defense date is on June 5th. June 5th at 10 in the morning. So the countdown has officially begun. I have 60-ish days to go before I have to get up in front of a committee and tell them why they should give me a PhD. So that's that. I also went to a workshop today where I was given instructions on how to sort of develop a career plan. It's sort of like an industry kind of centered type of workshop because that's kind of the direction I'm heading in terms of career and job prospects. So I went to that. It was about an hour and a half. It was really good, especially because they gave us free lunch. Pro tip: whenever there's free food, you just got to go get the free food. That's like a thing you do in graduate school. You have to go where the free food is. But it's even better if the event is also very useful for your own career development, which today was. So that was really good. And another sort of technical thing or clerical thing I took care of today, in addition to setting my defense date, I actually emailed a really long email to the graduate division here at UC Irvine because I noticed on my portal, if you are enrolled in a school, you might have a portal that tells you your degree progress, and mine was not saying I had satisfied everything, and I was getting a little bit nervous. So I kind of wrote a distress email out to the graduate division saying, "Hey, I'm trying to graduate, but the portal says I haven't taken everything that I need to take, but I'm pretty sure I have, and I have all the proof to support what I'm saying. Can you change that?" So here's a tip, guys. Make sure whenever you are graduating anything, whether it's your PhD or your bachelor's, your master's, make sure you've satisfied all the requirements long in advance. Don't wait until the last minute, like me, and panic. Though I do have everything, I've checked everything. I've checked the handbook. I've looked at the requirements. I've checked my transcript. I am 99.9% positive I've got everything taken care of. I'm that confident. But I shouldn't have waited this long. In fact, I just didn't even know there was something to freak out about because I didn't even know where to look on this portal. And plus, I had switched my emphasis. For those of you who don't know, I switched from a certain concentration in my PhD to another. So I went to astrophysics from a more experimental physics, condensed mattery kind of background. So I had to do some sort of forms. I filled out a bunch of forms back in 2018, 2019 when I made this switch, and had to satisfy certain classes by transferring credits from other classes I took. It was all this complicated mess, but I was so sure that I had taken care of it back then. But now it's kind of rearing its ugly head. So what are you going to do? So I'm taking care of that. I'm crossing my fingers that I'm just going to get a reply saying, "Yep, you are right. You have satisfied everything except for defending your thesis and submitting it to the UCI libraries. Good luck." So I have to get in contact with somebody who, of course, when I need to talk to them, is not here. So they're not going to be back until Monday. They're the person I need to go to deal with all this sort of clerical, administrative stuff. So I'm just in a waiting period. That's kind of the story with that. Also, I know it's about 4 minutes in, but have you noticed the green screen? I just realized, hey, I have that thing. I should probably make use of it again because I don't know. I just have it, and it's just kind of sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, why have a green screen if you're not going to use it? I mean, that's kind of the point of having a green screen, no? So yeah, I hope you like it. I don't even know what background I'm going to choose yet. I want to pick something kind of, I don't know, me, something that says this is me, this is my kind of background. I'm probably going to pick something with space. That's probably what I'm going to do because I like space. So, and oh man, what did I do today in terms of work? I didn't actually say about what I actually did in terms of work. So today was a big dissertation writing day. I wrote a big amount of stuff that didn't sound very sophisticated. I wrote a lot of words in my dissertation. That's what I wanted to say. I wrote a big amount of stuff when I really wanted to say. I wrote a large amount of words for my dissertation today. Worked on one chapter in particular and had to include a bunch of citations, but it was kind of fun because it was kind of me getting to relearn and remember what I know in terms of black hole history, if that's what you want to call it. There is a very rich history of supermassive black hole research that I've learned over the years since I've started doing this research back in 2018, but it's hasn't been until like nowish and when I write my papers that I get to really sort of delve into that kind of stuff where I remember, oh, who discovered this, and what year did this happen, and then who came up with this technique, and all sorts of events. But anyway, as you can tell, I like history a lot. Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was in high school, history was my favorite subject throughout all 4 years of high school. I only started liking math and physics my junior and my senior year of high school. So I'm still a huge fan of history. I love getting a chance to talk about history when I get to. So I think I'm using my thesis as an excuse to write a little bit about the history of supermassive black hole research, which I think is really cool. I think any kind of history, when you get into the details of it, is pretty cool, and you get to sort of trace the trajectory of events. And I have pushed the dissertation to about 100 words when I export it out into a PDF. I sort of just mentally check just to see how many pages do I have. And as I said before, there isn't a strict page or word requirement for this dissertation, but personally, I would like to have a fairly meaty thesis. I want it to be over 100 words, over 100 words, 100 pages, 100 words. Of course, it will be 100 words, but yeah, that is the progress with the thesis right now. And I'm getting ready to go see a movie tonight. So, another thing, try and make time for fun in the midst of all this craziness. I know it can be counterintuitive, but you need to have some rest and relaxation when you're doing something stressful like a PhD. So, I'm going to go see Air with my roommate. It's the new Ben Affleck movie with Matt Damon. It's going to be about Michael Jordan. That's pretty cool. I like basketball. I like basketball history. You see the connection there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So with that, I think I'm going to conclude the video. Hope you found this entertaining and worth your time. I'm just trudging along here towards the end of my dissertation. It's kind of fun, sort of reflecting about what I'm doing each day and sort of thinking about the events of what happened and sort of thinking about where I need to go, like in terms of what sections I need to work on in my dissertation next and the research I have to do, to support that. So yeah, that will be it for the video, and I will see you in the next entry.